What's going on YouTube? So I wanted to do a quick recap video breaking down what happened this morning and how we ended up with a small green day today with one trade. Just pull up our 1 minute chart here showing the $119 in the green. Taking one quick small scalp trade this morning for $130. So not the biggest green day, obviously, but I still want to talk about some things we did that I like, that if we continue to do in the future is going to pay dividends. So as you can see, we got the 2 minute chart pulled up here in trading view. We got the 15-minute range here, that yellow line on the top and the bottom. Pulling up the 15-minute chart, you can see that right here. The market really hasn't exited out of that. We've been ranging up until recently. We kind of broke below again down to that pivot point, but market just kind of chopping sideways. Today was a really choppy day, which is maybe unusual for Tuesday, but who knows? They can come out of nowhere. So regardless, when they come, it's the most important thing is reacting to it properly. And we did just that. We didn't see any more setups for the rest of the day. Once 10 a.m. Central Time or 11 a.m. East Coast time arrived, I was already finished trading because I usually only trade until like 10 o'clock Central Time. So, yeah, I think what we did well is we stuck to our discipline. We didn't enter any trades just because we felt like we needed to make some money and try to make it happen. If there's no waves, the market's not doing this, where it's pushing up and putting in higher highs and higher lows, or putting in lower lows and lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We're not trading. No trade. The market's doing this sideways inside this 15-minute range all freaking morning. No trades. The reason we took one trade was we kind of, once we established this 15-minute range, we had at 9 a.m. we had a bear flag kind of form below the 21 EMA. This blue line is the 21 EMA. The market pushed up. After close, here's the opening candle right here. Then the candle after that, put in a higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we put in a lower low. And then we kind of started building this bear flag at the bottom of the 15-minute range, as you can see right here on the 2 minute chart. And this is a little risky to do this. I want to get in the habit of doing it, and I actually learned something through doing this. I'm glad we made money. We could have lost money, but when this 9 a.m. news candle opened up, I just kind of sat back and watched it for a couple of moments, and it pushed up, and then it started to come back down. And I knew we may get like a pump and a dump, or it might go down and then rip up. So because it pushed up, I didn't do anything. And then once we broke below this bear flag, I put in a limit order right here in the like split second timing, dude. Like this trade was the fastest trade I've ever taken in my career. I put a here. I don't have the live video of me doing this, so I'm just recapping right now. But as you can see, there's our end. We only grabbed like 6 points, $130, 10 micro contracts. But once we put that limited order in, the price flew down to here immediately. And I was literally sitting there clicking exit, 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 like trying to exit out the order, just grab my green, be in, get out, take the green, and then wait for an actual like really good setup to maybe take a second trade. When I started clicking exit, because there was so much volume and so many orders, we didn't get filled when we wanted to. So when the price was like right around this area, I started trying to close out of the position, and then the price came up to here. I continued to click the mouse. It came up to here. I kept clicking exit right here in Tradeovate. And then all of a sudden this blue arrow popped up right here, you know, and it told me that I was filled here, and we made $130, and that was it. And I was like, thank God, made a little bit of money. But now I know that when there's that much volume and that many orders, you might not get filled right away. Obviously, it's called slippage. We all know that. I kind of knew that, but I've never actually experienced it with a funded account doing it, because usually we don't trade this type of setup. But I knew that once the price kind of broke below here, we would probably get a little bit of a pop. I just wanted a little bit of a pop. I was going to be in and out, and that was it. So this trade literally, it says right here in Tradeovate, was 1 second. Super fast. So, and at one point we were up like $360, and that's where I tried to close out, but it closed us out at $130 in the green. This is one $50,000 account. So then the market kind of started closing above the 21 EMA, below it, above it, below it. And then we just entered this like terrible chop for the rest of the morning, like not really breaking out below. We had VWAP down here. It came down to VWAP a couple times. VWAP continued to act as support. We didn't get that break below VWAP. And then we also had that pivot point down there at the 20,914s. So I didn't want to get short down here because I didn't want to get short until I saw that VWAP is turning into resistance and we got below this pivot point. Then the market started pulling back up. We got above this halfway point, which a lot of times when that happens, we'll get continuation outside and above the 15-minute range once the bulls are able to get like that momentum back up and over the halfway point of the 15-minute opening range. But then it came back down and then up and then down. And we've literally just been in this zone of going sideways up until recently we finally got below that pivot point. But today is like an example of, with our strategy, which is momentum trading, when you're in, you're out real quick, of doing nothing, having the discipline and the patience to say, hey, I don't see our setups. So that doesn't mean we have to take a trade. Just because the market's open doesn't mean you have to trade. We had a little bit of green. We made our money. We didn't lose money. Tomorrow's another day. But if you're a surfer and you're out there in the waves and there's no waves, you don't start trying to paddle and stand up on your surfboard. Like you can't make waves happen. You just have to wait for them to come. So who knows? Maybe we'll get some better, setups here this afternoon for people that trade in the afternoon. But we're done. I don't trade in the afternoon. Once that 10 o'clock kind of time hits Central Time, I'm done. So we did have, I think, FOMC news at 1 p.m. Central. Doesn't really look like that did a whole lot to the market, though. Yeah, that came out 1 o'clock my time, so like 40 minutes ago. FOMC, maybe that's what pushed the market down a little bit right there. That was here. I don't know. Who knows? But that's it. I just wanted to get on here and show you guys, what happened, show you my P&L. We are green for the day. Tomorrow's another day. We only took one trade. So we'll be back live tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. on the East Coast. And that's it. All right, guys. Peace out. See you tomorrow.